good, y'all? It's Nas. I know it's been a minute since I filmed one of these, and I was kind of late doing last month's. And it's basically, for us college students, it's back to school season. Now, I can't relate like y'all. I'm not going to school online because my major is considered essential. So, you know, I actually have to go to class, which is perfect for me to film this video. Last month was actually my 20th. So this July, August sneaker haul, well, not really sneakers, it's more clothes and sneakers as well. I did some, damage. Like, the stuff y'all gonna see, this is probably going to be the most expensive, haul in general that you guys will probably see on my channel. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, I did go back to Virginia for the whole month. So, I don't know if there was something in the water while I was there or something like that. But I found this at one of the thrift stores that I hit the day after I had gotten there. I was just going around because I didn't really thrift the whole time I was really up there. And I found this, and it's actually a vintage Champion tote bag. Now, you guys can't really see, but it has the drink things on the side. Got the little thing right here. It also has the little I don't know what you call it, but it's insulate on the inside. That's what I'm talking about. And this one was super duper dope. I'm also doing this by order, by the way. The thrift stores that I hit, I found multiple items at. So I'm going to be doing it by thrift store and not by the items order. So this is the Champion tote. This one was pretty nice. I only paid $5 for it. So I figured why not, and I've actually used it a few times to go to the beach. My siblings and I, we went to the Outer Banks, and this is the bag I brought. And this bag has basically been indestructible, bro. And on top of that, it's also a really nice color. I just like the color for some odd reason. Even though I have nothing in my closet that's this color, which is kind of weird. But I like it. It's been pretty practical. It's something that looks really dope. And then on top of that is vintage for that extra, aesthetic. So that's the first item. Without further ado, let's get to the next one. Now, the next item that we actually do have is this Harley Davidson Taz, aka Taz and Looney Tunes tee. And this one is actually from 2012. So it's a new school one, but it's still super duper dope. And I picked it up because it had Taz on the front, which I've been looking for anything Taz related for a while. And then on the back, look, you got the whole gang. You got the whole Looney Tunes Jack Boy squad on the back. And on top of that, it says Orlando, Florida. And then y'all already see who's on the back. Y'all already know I got my mans, and he with the boys. They ready to pull up on the bikes and get it popping. But I thought this one was super dope. I like the color. I like how it looked. It wasn't super cracked up or anything like that. And it was only $2. So why not pick it up, right? Now the next item up is the swim trunks. And if y'all have been following my page or watch any of my videos, y'all know I love me some swim trunks. And these are actually some old Dive Jamaica embroidered swim trunks. And I thought they were mad fly just because this part right here is all embroidered. And when I saw it in the thrift store, I was like, yo. So I ended up picking these up. They were $1.98 and they look pretty fly to me. Honestly, I like this color too because I am a big fan of navy blue. Just because y'all already know it already looked like black. But I thought it was cool. This thing pops a bit, and these are nylon, so I can actually still wear these right now before it starts getting a bit cooler. And yeah, next item. And last but not least, from the family thrift, we hit it with a hometown banger with the embroidered Virginia Beach with the dolphins. It's the beach. It's all embroidered. It's on this vintage, I want to say, owl style. If y'all like thrift and stuff, y'all know AAA tag. And this one was actually 99 cents. And I was looking at it while I was sitting in the thrift store, and I was like, 99 cents for this heater? I had to cop. Y'all already know when I'm not in Virginia Beach or Norfolk, I try to kind of rep home as much as I can, just because the 757 is responsible for a lot of how I dress. Also, Pharrell's one of my idols, so of course. But this one was fly. It's 99 cents. I like the red. I also like how it popped with the silver. I thought that was a low-key flex for this tee. But without further ado, let's get into the next thrift store. Now the next item I have is something mad unexpected. Like, I don't usually grab stuff like this at all like that. But it's vintage Barbie. I think this is from, I want to say like 94. And this Barbie, it's also a black Barbie, which I noticed with this collection is more rare. And the Dennis Rodman Chicago Bulls tee, well, not really tee, jersey. And I thought this was mad fly. It was $6.98 at the DAV Thrift, which is also where I found the hat and the item I'm going to be showing next. And I thought this was super dope. It's still in the box with everything. And then it also has, have you ever seen these Barbies with all the original NBA teams on it? Like, look at that Pistons logo, bro. And this is also when the Nets were still in New Jersey and they weren't that bad. Wild. So I picked this up. It was $6.98. I saw these are also going for like mad money, but I just wanted to keep this in the room, kind of with the Last Dance and everything like that going on. This would just be like a cool little collectible piece that you can kind of have on display. I'll probably put it next to Porky, the Harley Davidson pig, just so you know. Contrast. Without further ado, next. Now the next one is actually a banger. This was dead stock when I found it originally, but I did pop the tags on this one just because I wanted to rock it for the one time. But it's actually a vintage center logo Nike Atlanta Braves baseball tee, and this one I thought was mad fly since it's brand new. It was basically brand new, and it actually does have the hit of, you know, the Atlanta on the side. And then for the tag people out there, y'all see it has the Nike team tag. I thought that was super dope. And living in Atlanta now, kind of anyone that knows, if you live in a major city, you kind of want to have like some piece of memorabilia like related to the city. So this is like my first like Braves or Atlanta like anything piece that I really have. And this one was actually $6.98. So, like Lil Baby said, yeah, we paid. And let's get into the next item. Now, the next item that we do have are these crazy, I just dropped them, are these crazy, wild, mad 90s multicolor like swim shorts. And I like the color just because I like the print and I like the color. I don't know why I said I like the color, now I like the color. I like the color because it's like a bluish purple and like a teal. So these low-key match the tote bag that I got. And on top of that, they're also like the super light, not really nylon, but at the same time you wouldn't really be able to tell anyway. And I just like it. They have pockets which are mad deep. The colors were nice, and this is kind of a vibe, especially with everyone wanting to rock stuff that's like from like the late 90s, early 90s, 80s. And this also kind of gives you the vibe, like you'd be rocking these with the tote bag. You'd be chilling with your friends with some sunglasses on. You'd probably be walking into a Taco Bell that you low-key see the little print that's on the cup that be going around from time to time that everybody sees. Like, these gave off those vibes. And these were also $2.99, and y'all know I love me some swim shorts, like I said, so I had to pick these up. So, let's, you know, try to be delicate this time, but forget that. Next item. Now, the next item that we got from Salvation Army was this little eye t-shirt, which I thought was pretty funny. It says, "The little men who live behind my eyes and scream directly at my brain told me to tell you hello." And I thought it was pretty funny just because, like, sometimes for some of us that be a mood sometimes. And this one was also $2.99, and I liked how it looked. It's also like a faded black, which is like a black that you can't really get on a regular t-shirt, so I like it. And then also has like this weird glowy like green, but it doesn't like glow in the dark. And then it's also on a older vintage like ALM tag. If you know what tag this is, let me know in the comments below, because I be seeing it sometimes and I don't know what like its significance as far as vintage shirts go. But I thought this one was pretty dope, and the little writing on it was mad funny to me. And without further ado, let's get into the next item. Now the next one I got is a weird one. Now y'all can see on the tag it says Carhartt, right? But there's no pocket. Like, there's no pocket. But then you look at the little sleeve, you got that little Carhartt flex right there. So this is an older Carhartt tee. It was $1.99, like the tag still says on the back. I thought it was super dope, and it is a large, but it looked mad big, so I picked it up anyway. And I actually tried this one on and it did fit. So I thought that was cool. It's also like a weird like green. And I try to have more like plain colored t-shirts to my collection because I know I rock graphic tees like all the time. And without further ado, let's get into the next item. Now the next item we actually have up is a vintage softy blank, as you guys can clearly see. It was actually a $1.99 at the Salvation Army, and it's also, I believe, single stitch, which is also mad crazy. As you can see, it's like this black or navy blue. It's so old, it's either black or is navy blue, which is kind of weird but kind of cool. But I picked it up. I always grab like regular essential black t-shirts, and this one was $1.99, so it wasn't too bad. And then on top of that, you get that vintage look as well, because it's kind of faded, so it's not like the regular black t-shirts that you wear all the time. So I picked it up. I thought that was cool. And without further ado, next item. Now the last item from the Salvation Army is another black t-shirt. This one was also $1.99. It's also on that old Hanes Heavyweight 50/50 tag. And this one, you can also tell it's mad old because when I put this on, low-key, the neck was like up here. Like, I don't know what y'all was doing in like the late 90s for y'all necks to be looking like that. But y'all out of control. But I thought this one was mad fly. It's kind of a thicker material than the other one, but it's not like too thick. And I just like the way it fit, the way it looks. Y'all already know the whole vibe with this. So without further ado, next store. And for the next spot, we got Goodwill. Y'all already know the vibes when it comes to Goodwill. The certified classic to some of the thrift gods out there. And we started this joint off with a banger. Do y'all see this? Dead stock 2003 Jeff Gordon with the DuPont jacket on. The tees that everyone be trying to grab nowadays. You got your man on the side right here with next to the flash smiling with you. $5.25 like cop. I even tried to look for these. If anyone knows how much these go for, let me know. But even if I don't end up using this, collectible item, this could probably go next to the Porky and the Dennis Rodman Barbie, just because like it's a whole vibe now. And without further ado, let's actually get into the next two items. And next up, we don't have just one pair of Nike shorts. We have two pairs of Nike shorts. Both pairs were $2.99. And the crazy thing about these that you guys can't really see from this side of the camera, these are actually two different generations. This one actually has a bigger swoosh, or a smaller swoosh actually, than this pair. And these are actually two different generations of Nike. So I picked both of these up for $2.99 just because these are kind of that little bit of a elevated short, and as far as like Richie Lee and them are concerned. So I picked these two up just so I can switch it up sometimes from the swim trunks just to the kind of basketball short, but more of like an elevated basketball short vibe for when I want to like wear them to school or something like that. But I thought both pairs of these were dope. Of course, I got black and I got navy blue. And without further ado, next location. Alright, y'all. We out of the thrift store section. This is the part around my birthday, I would say. So it's middle of July. And we're not getting into the little kid stuff right now. We're starting to get into the big boy things. So the first thing we got is this bathing ape tee. And I don't know if y'all can see it. I might have to take it out of the packaging. But do y'all see who that is? Do you see? Do you see what this reads right here? Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Actually, let me get this out of the packaging right quick so I can really show y'all what's up. Now that I have this like out of the packaging, do y'all see this, man? Y'all know that animal? Y'all know what brand this is right here. This is the Pusha T and Baby Milo collaboration. Now this one actually did restock at a local store, which is of course Pusha T store Creme. And I was actually able to scoop this one for retail. We don't pay resale for babe like that over here unless I really want it. So this one was actually, this price is just going to like tear some of y'all apart. This was actually $115, but if y'all check StockX and stuff like that, around that time they were going for like $180, $200. So I personally didn't think it was that bad. And this was the day after my birthday. They announced the restock. So y'all know I had to cop. And this one will be super duper dope, especially since I do have the friends and family exclusive Pusha T's. So y'all already know I already got a fit cooked up in the head. All I gotta say is, all I know is push, no malice. And let's get into the next item. Now the next place that I actually went to while I was there was the Vans outlet. If anyone in Virginia knows, we have the Norfolk Premium outlets conveniently placed off of, I believe, Shore Drive, right by the IKEA. If you're from Virginia Beach, Norfolk 757, you know the area. And the first shoe that I actually scooped up were these Vans Old Schools in this Cordura camo. Now, I've been wanting these for a while. I just didn't want to pay the 1 and change that the original price was on these. And I actually saw them in the outlets and they were pretty dope. So I picked them up. The only thing that they had is the box was ripped off on the top, of course, like all outlets really do. But I thought they were actually pretty dope. As you can see, it does have the Cordura fabric. So that means this part right here is actually weatherproof. And a fun fact for those who probably didn't know, Cordura is the same brand that does all of Supreme's backpacks. So if you know Supreme backpacks, then you know for a fact that this quality right here on the upper is some amazing quality. And then on top of that, it also did have this hairy suede and this tumbled leather inside, as well as this little logo on the side. So I thought that was pretty dope. Pretty nice color. I like this tan green. And I'm always someone that likes to pick up the Vans that are basically out of the box. So without further ado, let's actually get into the next free shoe that I picked up from Vans. Now the next shoe that we actually have up is the free one. I believe the other one was the free one. But anyway, this is the other one that I picked up from the Vans outlet, of course. And this one is the Vans Skate High. And I believe the Anniversary colorway. Now, as you can see, it looks like your typical Thrasher starter pack Vans Skate High with the blue checkerboard. But this is actually a lighter blue. On the box, it actually does say Citadel. And I tried to do some research on these, and I do semi-confidently say that this is actually the Anniversary pair. Because I did some research, and one of the original Vans Skate High colorways was actually black, white, and blue. So that's why this is probably a faded blue. That's just a theory I have in my head. But anyway, I like the checkered on these. I've never owned a checkered pair of Vans Skate Highs before, any checkered Vans in general. I'm kind of more my unique colorway type of person. But this one was actually fly enough for me to actually pick it up. And then on top of that, it was free. So why not? And without further ado, let's get into the next items. Now the next item we actually have is from Vault RVA. And just a little bit of backstory on his thing, or this shoe basically, is he's a seller from the 757, 804 area. I know he goes to school in Richmond, but he's a seller that usually focuses on the hype, so the Supreme, a lot of Jordan 1s and stuff like that. And I actually met up with him while I was in Virginia for a trade. And in that trade, I traded my Air Max 90s for this specific shoe right here. And this is a shoe that I've wanted so bad since they originally came out. And if you're from the 757, then you know, if you don't go to Creme, you go to Commonwealth. And right here we actually have the Commonwealth Adidas Boost. I forget the name of the exact model. It's slipping my mind right now. But I will be doing a beat to heat on these as well, because as you can see, they're not cooked. They're just dirty. But I love these. And I love these so much. I'm not really going to go into full detail on these right now. It's going to be all in the beat to heat. So look out for that video soon. And yeah, these actually cost me only $20. Which is crazy because this shoe originally came out for about 1 and change, almost 200. And to get them in a trade for a shoe that I paid $20 for, bananas. So without further ado, that was a fail. But let's get into the next item. Now the next item I actually did pick up from Player's Closet using a bit of store credit that I had. And I'm actually in the process of filming the beat to heat on these right now. But they are actually the Chinatown Market in Converse Chuck 70. And for those who don't know, this pair is not just all white, it is actually ultraviolet. So for me to find these in a Plato's Closet for $25 when these are going for $150 plus right now was a steal. So I picked them up. They're actually a size 9, but for some odd reason they fit kind of weird. So like they actually fit my feet, which is kind of rare for a shoe this small to do that. So if y'all want more information on these, BT Heat coming soon. Stay on the lookout for it. But here's a little up close look of one of the shoes. So you guys see, very nice, very nice. But without further ado, next. Now the next bulk of this whole pickup haul is actually from Locker Room Norfolk. I'll be linking the information down below. This is a store located in Norfolk, Virginia. They do vintage, they sell sneakers, they do cuts. This is actually where my barber cuts at. So if y'all want to go peep what they about, I will leave all the information down below. And I'm going to start it off with a bit of a banger. Now, y'all kind of see the box. Y'all see the box? And a few of you probably already know the vibes just by even seeing this box. Because as soon as I open this and show y'all what's in here. Yes, sir. This ain't the smoke gray ones that came out. This ain't any one that's came out recently. These ain't the Japans. What is those? What is those? These are actually the metallic navy Jordan 1s that came out, I believe, 2016, before the whole remaster thing came out. And these are fire. I actually picked these up from the Peoples. That's what I'm gonna call them for right now. The Peoples for $80. And if you're looking to get a pair of these right now, you would consider that a steal. Because anything, especially with the vintage wave right now, shoes like this are going for $2 and change on Grailed. And I was not willing to pay that. I just sat around and waited, and one day they had them in the shop, and you already know, I pulled up and I copped. They also had the lasers in there, which I kind of regret not picking up too, but I knew I'd probably wear these a lot more than the other ones. Y'all will also be seeing a beat to heat on these as well, just because they are a little bit, you know, crusty to my standards, but they're not too crusty. Whoever had these before, I'm sorry. Like, you took good care of them. I'm kind of extra. But these are super dope. I love the colors. Navy blue, of course. And this is actually one of the original colorways from the 80s. And that's all I'm going to really say on these. So without further ado, y'all already know the vibe. Next! Now the next item I have is actually super duper wavy. Pun intended. And it is actually this coral reef front and back heatherish, like gray and blue coral reef tee, and it actually does say Virginia Beach on the side. So of course, with that one little hit and the whole little animals of the sea, you know, Darien them probably in the cut somewhere on this, it was actually pretty dope for me to cop. As you guys can see, the little locker room tag right there. And I actually picked this one up for $30, which is not bad. A lot of people in the area, they'll like tax on the Virginia Beach related like memorabilia and stuff like that. So I thought this was a pretty good and fair price for the item. And without further ado, next item. Now the next shirt I have is pretty sweet and it's pretty sentimental to me as well, because this is actually the shirt that I wore on my birthday. And as you guys can see, it has all the flags of the nations. And it is on a vintage Fruit of the Loom tag. And I like this shirt just because it has the piece in the middle. And then it has all the different, you know, countries and things like that. Like, I know, Canada, Belgium, Australia, places like that. And I actually picked this one up for $25, which isn't bad for a shirt like this. If you guys are going to try to get a shirt like this on like Depop or Grailed, it will usually cost you like $30, $40. So for me to actually get it for $25 from them was actually pretty sweet. And I love this shirt a lot. This is probably one of like my new favorite white tees that I have, because I don't really wear white like that, but when I do, I have to make sure that the graphic overall is banging. So without further ado, and y'all already see the shirt, y'all already know the vibes, let's get into the next item. Now the next tee that I have is another shirt that I've been waiting a while on. And this is actually from 10 Deep. So let me take a second right quick and tear into this, and we're going to get right into it. Now this shirt is actually from 10 Deep, and this is the Arrest the Police tee. I don't know why I said police like that. You know, policeman. The police tee. And this one was actually done in the time of the death of George Floyd. I picked this one up for $16 because that money I knew was going to a good place. It is a black owned business, and he was donating the money to the family of George Floyd, as well as defunding police systems in America. So on the front you see it has the slash through with the policeman, and it says arrest the police. And then this one on the back says end violent racist policing, provide justice for all victims of racial violence, and end the racist presidency of Donald J. Trump. So I think this one speaks volumes, especially with the message that it's trying to send out there. And I also just love the color and the overall graphics. And then the added bonus on top of that is it's 10 Deep, which is a brand that I used to love when I was younger. And it's a black owned business on top of that. So all of that just hit the nail in for me. And then while we're on the subject, don't forget we still need to arrest the police that have killed Breonna Taylor. And without further ado, let's get into the next item. Now after some movie magic, need I say more? Y'all see who on the shirt. Y'all know the vibes. This is the Darien Bruze Dennis Rodman The Worm rap tee, and as someone that's never bought from Darien Bruze before, my first initial impression is this is dope. Like, this is actually pretty dope. Now, I haven't bought from him or Marino Morwood like ever, so this is my first tee from them, and overall quality wise, look wise, and all of that, this looks pretty dope. Now, I like how it does incorporate like the early like rap tees with like, you know, the whole overall aesthetic and things like that. And this is pretty fly. Even the blank itself feels a very, very high quality, and I actually really appreciate that. Now, there's not really much more to say on this shirt. Of course, I'm just putting it in front of my face so y'all can see it. Boom, boom, XL. Can't believe this shirt though is going for like $250, which is wild. But without further ado, let's get into the next shirt. Now last but not least, we have my 5 a.m. World Dying to Live tee. This tee was also done in the death of George Floyd to support Black Lives Matter and the death of George Floyd. And this is also another black owned business that I've never purchased from before. And this shirt actually cost me $7. Now, it is, as you can see, a very graphic tee, but I love it just because of the message that it's sending out as well. And this is actually not white. Now to you guys it might look white, but it's actually like a bit of like a creamish, and I don't know what type of blank this is. Oh, it's a Gildan blank, but for some odd reason I've never seen this type of Gildan blank before, so it's actually pretty fly. And then the graphic itself, as you can see, is the police beating on somebody right there, and then at the bottom you actually do have his signature. And that's really it for this one. This one speaks volumes to me as far as everything that's going on in our world right now. And let's get to the outro. Now that is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed my whole huge July, August back to school pickup haul. Let me know your favorite item from the haul in your comments below. Don't forget also to like this video and subscribe to my channel. If you want to, hit that little bell next to the little subscribe thing so you can see when I upload videos. And without further ado, it's Naazir TV, aka Nas. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.